From the very first moment the images dropped from Duchess Meghan's Harper Bazaar art issue feature, the internet lit up with energy. And it wasn't the usual noise from the tabloids or the rotovultures trying to recycle their latest fictional meltdown. No. This time the world was in awe. People who genuinely appreciate elegance, artistry and emotional legacy saw what the haters refused to acknowledge. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, paying a graceful, heartfelt homage to the late Princess Diana, not through imitation, but through spirit, dignity and connection. And the reaction says everything about the power of this woman and the enduring love Harry has for both his wife and his mother. As soon as Harper Bazaar released the photos, the comparisons began. Not the nasty ones the tabloids invent whenever they're scrambling for clicks, but thoughtful, observant, deeply respectful comparisons that recognized the soft echoes of Diana throughout the images. That's the thing about Meghan. She doesn't force anything. Her connection to Diana is not a show, not a gimmick, not a stunt. It's something Harry himself has spoken about over and over. Her empathy, her fire, her compassion, her humanity, her understanding of what it means to be relentlessly judged and still choose kindness. And in this photo shoot, all of that came through so clearly. Let's start with one of the most striking photos. Meghan, in a crisp white top and black pants, seated on the floor, legs crossed, soft lighting, calm presence, grounded energy. It's almost a mirror of an image of Diana from that rare de Marchelier shoot back in the 90s. Images that were never even released until long after her passing. That quiet elegance, that gentle quiet strength, that's what people saw. Not mimicry, not copying, but a shared essence. The same way people say a child can unexpectedly remind you of a parent or relative. The same way Harry said, publicly, proudly and lovingly, that Meghan reminds him of his mother, not because of her clothes, but because of her heart. And then came the red dress. Oh, that red dress, an asymmetrical, dramatic yet simple silhouette. And suddenly the world remembered Diana's famous red gown that graced the cover of Vogue's tribute issue in 1997. Another echo, another visual nod to a woman whose life shaped the course of modern royalty. And here we have Meghan, confident, poised, not shrinking herself, not apologizing for her beauty or her worth, reclaiming space in a world that has tried so hard to erase her. People who understand art saw this as a tribute, a dialogue between two women connected across time, connected through Harry, connected through shared experience. But of course we knew what the haters would do. They would twist it. They always twist it. They'll say Meghan is copying, competing, replacing, because they can't stand the fact that she represents everything they told the world she wasn't allowed to be. They can't stand that Harry chose a woman who stands tall, who shines, who refuses to be destroyed the way they tried to destroy his mother. That's what really bothers them, that a black, American, self-made, brilliant woman stepped into that family and brought the very thing Diana had, independence of mind, and she didn't crumble. Next came the black and white image. Meghan lounging gracefully on an oversized chair, head resting lightly on her hand, soft expression, dreamy but grounded. People immediately recognized the similarity to the Mario Testino portrait of Diana, one of the last photo shoots she ever did. Again, a connection. Again, that shared resonance. Again, Meghan existing in a space of her own while quietly honouring a woman who never got to meet her, but would have loved her. And you know what makes these moments even more emotional? The depth of the real-life connections between Meghan and Diana that go far beyond photography. Back in February, Meghan wore that Northwestern University sweatshirt, the same one Diana wore in the 90s. The same school Meghan actually attended and graduated from. A coincidence, yes, but also a symbol of continuity, the kind that happens naturally when souls align. And in April, Meghan opened up on her friend Jamie Kernleimer's podcast. Jamie brought up Harry's words, "So much of what Meghan is so similar to my mum." And Meghan's response was simple, heartfelt, honest. "It's beautiful. I wish I could have met her." No theatrics, no attention-seeking, just sincerity. Because that's what genuine people do. They don't perform their emotions, they live them. Harry, in Spare, shared the story of the day he and Meghan first connected. July 1st, 2016, his mother's birthday. The day their love story began. And years later, he took Meghan to Diana's resting place, bringing, in his own words, the girl of my dreams home to meet Mum. That line alone silenced millions of haters because it revealed the truth. Harry's love for Meghan is not a rebellion, not a phase, not a reaction. It is an extension of everything Diana taught him, to protect, to nurture, to choose love over duty, and to follow his heart at all costs. And that tribute continues with their daughter, Lilibet Diana, a name that carries legacies, one from the Queen who adored him, one from the mother stolen from him. This photo shoot isn't about fashion. It isn't about publicity. It isn't about copying. It's about lineage, emotional lineage, spiritual lineage, the lineage of compassion, courage, and refusing to bow down to cruelty. It's about Meghan honouring Harry's mother in the most respectful way imaginable, by carrying forward the same light. And yet, predictably, the British tabloids and anti-Sussex obsessives tried to reduce all of this to cheap clickbait. They can't stand the idea of Meghan being seen, celebrated, appreciated. They can't stand the truth that she doesn't need a palace, a title, or a PR machine to influence global culture. She does it with authenticity. She does it with purpose. She does it with art, creativity, philanthropy, and heart. They will always try to drag her, but they will always fail. Because every time they try to shrink her, she grows more powerful. Every time they try to erase her, she becomes more unforgettable. And every time they try to turn her into a villain, the world sees what Harry sees, the compassion, the grace, the courage that echoes Diana's legacy more than anyone else in that institution ever has. Duchess Meghan living her truth, shining in her own lane, and paying homage to a woman who shaped her husband's life. That is what this moment represents. And no smear campaign can take that away. This is what real legacy looks like. This is what real love looks like. And this is why, decades from now, when historians talk about this era of the monarchy, they will talk about two women, Princess Diana and Duchess Meghan, the women who broke the cycle of silence, who stood up, who refused to be sacrificed. As always, thank you for being here, Royal Sussex Squad. Stay tuned, stay subscribed, and stay ready, because this community is unstoppable. Outro. If you enjoyed today's episode and you stand firmly with Harry and Duchess Meghan, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload, and if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to send a super thanks. Your support keeps this movement strong, loud, and growing with love.